So you're thinking about moving to Brambleton, Virginia, but you're not quite sure where to start your research? Well, guess what? You just came across the absolute best video possible, because this will be the ultimate guide to living in Brambleton, Virginia. In this video, I'm gonna share with you map views. We're gonna look at Brambleton Town Center. We're gonna dive into the style of homes. We're gonna tour some amazing parks, plus fantastic drone footage of Brambleton all throughout this video and so much more. So sit back, relax, because we're getting started right now. Brambleton, Virginia. I'm super excited about this week's video. It's been over 2 years since I've done a full video on Brambleton, and there's been a lot of updates and changes in the past 2 years in Brambleton, so what better time than right now to make an updated video. So Brambleton, Virginia is going to be an award-winning master plan community, which broke ground back in 2001. So the vision that developers had for Brambleton was to have a master plan community near DC where residents can find the perfect work-life balance and, quite simply, get more out of life. So I truly think the developers knocked it out of the park with this one, because I believe that their vision of a perfect work-life balance has come true. So before we get started with the main part of this video, this I want to say about Brambleton: it is without question probably the top 5 prettiest areas in all of Northern Virginia. You have newer homes, newer infrastructure, everything is well taken care of, clean. So every time people go to Brambleton for the first time, they always say the same thing: wow, this area is absolutely beautiful and I can easily live here. So now let's talk about the location. So Brambleton is going to be located in Loudoun County. It's going to be sandwiched between Aldie, Ashburn, and Leesburg. So Brambleton is gonna be about 10 miles away from Dulles International Airport, and it's super convenient having an airport in your backyard, especially if you gotta travel a lot for work or just like going on vacations. And Brambleton is gonna be about 33 miles away from Washington, DC. So if you live in Brambleton and work in Washington, DC, it's not gonna be the shortest commute, but I do know a lot of people will make that commute, and it's definitely doable. And Brambleton is going to be about 3 miles away from the newly opened Ashburn Metro Station. So a great part about the location of Brambleton is, chances are if you live in Brambleton, you're not working in Brambleton, because most of the jobs are in other parts of Northern Virginia, but you're right next to the Dulles Toll Road, so that'll give you a straight shot into Ashburn, Herndon, Reston, and Tysons. And as I just mentioned, you're only 3 miles away from the Metro, so that'll take you all over Northern Virginia, DC, and into Maryland. And another great part about the location is you're gonna be close to a lot of fun activities. You're gonna be within 20 minutes of downtown historic Leesburg, be about 20 minutes away from downtown Loudoun, about 30 to 35 minutes away from the wineries of Western Loudoun County. So basically, living in Brambleton, you're never gonna run out of fun activities to do. Now let's dive into Brambleton Town Center. Now talk about convenience. Brambleton Town Center is gonna be right in the dead center of Brambleton. So wherever you live in Brambleton, you can be no more than 5 minutes away, and a lot of people are actually within walking distance of Brambleton Town Center. So Brambleton Town Center is gonna be the community social hub. You're gonna have your grocery store there, banking, doctor's offices, ton of great restaurants, movie theater, a health club, plus the 40,000 square foot Brambleton Library. And this is probably the best library I've ever seen anywhere in Northern Virginia. Plus, Brambleton Town Center has a gas station. Now you're probably thinking to yourself, David, who cares about a gas station? Well, literally for almost 20 years, Brambleton did not have a gas station, so that used to be super inconvenient. You literally had to drive 10, maybe 15 minutes away to get to the closest gas station, but now that is not an issue, because now Brambleton Town Center has a gas station. So you can always find a lot of activities happening in Brambleton Town Center. You'll see concerts, festivals, parades, and every Saturday, you and all your Brambleton neighbors can go check out the farmers market. So I've personally never lived in Brambleton, but I only used to live about 3/4 of a mile away from Brambleton Town Center, and every Friday or Saturday, the wife and I, we would go there for date night. go to a restaurant and grab a great dinner, have a couple drinks, walk around. You would always see families and kids running around, or you can see other couples on dates as well. And sometimes we would catch a movie. It was just a great experience overall. Now I live about 20 minutes away from Brambleton Town Center, so I don't go there as often as I used to, but I actually really miss hanging out there on a regular basis. Now, as much as I love making YouTube videos about living right here in Northern Virginia, what I love even more is helping folks just like you relocate to Northern Virginia. So if you're even thinking about moving to the area, reach out to me, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. Just know I got your back when you move into Northern Virginia. Next, we're gonna talk about the homes, and more specifically, newer homes that Brambleton has to offer. And I know you're gonna like this part. Over 50% of all the homes in Brambleton were built after the year 2010. So if you like newer homes, Brambleton should be top of your list on places to move to. And the homes are absolutely stunning. I think the only place in Northern Virginia that has nicer looking homes than Brambleton is probably right next door in Aldi. So let's talk about price. So the average sales price of a home in Brambleton is gonna be $804,000. So it is not cheap to live here. And this makes Brambleton the third most expensive area in all of Loudoun County, just right behind Aldi and Middleburg. So let's look at condos. So condos, they start off about $290,000. That'll be a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, like 800 square foot condo. And they go all the way up to about $520,000. Now, this would be the top 2 level of the 2/2 style condo. This would be 3 bedrooms, 3-bath, over 2,500 square feet, plus a 1-car garage. And with the 2/2 style condos in Brambleton, I believe price per square foot is probably the best value anywhere in Loudoun County. Now let's look at townhomes. So townhomes in Brambleton, they start off in the low 500,000s. That'll be like a 3-bedroom, 3-bath, 1,900 square feet with a 1-car garage. It's gonna be great for first-time home buyers. And they go all the way up to $1.25 million. Now this would be an ultra luxury townhouse, 5 bedrooms, 5-bath, over 4,000 square feet, elevator, rooftop terrace, with all the high-end finishes in the interior. But there is an abundance of luxury townhomes in Brambleton. So a lot of times when people reach out to me and they're relocating from another part of the country, I always ask, are you open to townhomes? And 9 times out of 10, they say no way, no how. But I always say, look at the townhomes in Brambleton because they're absolutely stunning. And once you see them in person, your mind may completely change on townhomes. Now let's look at single family homes. And just like townhomes, there's a lot of different styles of single families all throughout Brambleton. But they're gonna start off in the low 900,000s. That'll be like a 4-bedroom, 4-bath, about 2,500 square feet with a 2-car garage. And they go all the way up to $1.8 million. Now this would be a much bigger house. 6 bedrooms, 6-bath, over 5,500 square feet. All the bells and whistles. In these homes, they'll have the best lots. Some of these may even have a lake view as well. Now, hands down, the biggest con of single family homes in Brambleton is very small lots. I think the average lot size is 0.25 of an acre. So if you're somebody who loves a big 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 acre lot, then Brambleton may not be for you. Now let's see what niche.com has to say about Brambleton. And if you're not familiar with niche.com, it's a great website and tool that I use a lot. Basically, it ranks towns, best places to raise a family, best place for young professionals, ranks schools, cost of living, and so much more. So niche.com ranks Brambleton as the 3rd best suburb to raise a family, not just in Northern Virginia, but Virginia as a whole. And I will say this about that ranking: of all my friends and clients who currently live in Brambleton and are raising families, they will 100% agree with this ranking by niche.com because they all say it. David, we absolutely love raising our family right here in Brambleton. Now, if raising a family is important for you, obviously, public schools are going to be just as important for you as well. So according to niche.com, it gives Brambleton an A+ rating for public schools. You literally cannot get better than that. Then I was surprised by this. Niche.com says the median household income in Brambleton is $205,000. That's 3 times the national average. So that right there tells you Brambleton's a very educated and affluent area overall. Now let's dive into the Brambleton HOA. Now the monthly dues that you'll pay for being part of the Brambleton Association, it's gonna be anywhere from $200 to about $230 a month. And that is a pretty high HOA, probably about double what the region's average is. However, you do get a lot for that money. First of all, it takes care of your cable and internet with Verizon Fios. Now, I will say this, if you want like HBO or Showtime or Stars, that would be an extra cost per month. And then it takes care of common ground maintenance. Brambleton is not one of the most beautiful areas in all of Northern Virginia for no reason. Every time you're there, grass is always cut, flowers everywhere, mulch has been laid out. It's just an absolutely stunning area. Then you get playgrounds all throughout for the kiddos. You got 4 pools, and then you have access to parks and trails, which we're about to talk about right now. Now, do you like to be outside, go for walks, outdoor activities? Well, this is probably one of the best parts about living in Brambleton is you have access to 18 parks and 18 miles of walking trails. In fact, when I was flying the drone for this video, I literally saw trails everywhere. So in fact, check this out. I'm on Brambleton's website and look at all these parks you have access to. Like I said, 18 parks. You are never gonna run out of activities to do when you're living in Brambleton, which, like I said, is probably the best part about living here. So 2 parks I wanna highlight in this video. First is gonna be the Brambleton Regional Park and Golf Course. If you love the golf, you're gonna love having a golf course right in your backyard. It's gonna be an 18-hole public golf course and very affordable rates. A round of golf is anywhere from $45 to $73, so you can't beat those prices. Now, before I get that invite to play a round of golf with you, just know I'm probably literally the worst golf player in the history of the world. So if there was actually a world ranking of the 7 billion people on this planet, I would literally be dead last. So probably not the best person to invite. Then we have Holland Bernie Hansen, which is a newly opened 257-acre regional park. And this park, I believe, is probably one of the best parks anywhere in Loudoun County. Literally, this park has everything you can imagine. It has baseball fields, soccer fields, skate park, off-leash area for the dogs, picnic areas, playgrounds for the kiddos, ponds all throughout, fishing pier, and so much more. So yes, when you live in Brambleton, you can have an abundance of outdoor activities to choose from. Now you're probably thinking to yourself, David, Brambleton looks awesome. What is the biggest con? Well, it's actually hard to think of a con of living in Brambleton, besides price, but everywhere in Northern Virginia is expensive. But if I had to think of the biggest con of living in Brambleton is, since it's a very family-oriented area, if you're a young, single professional, maybe in your 20s or early 30s, probably not the best place to live. I know myself personally, when I was in my 20s, I didn't want to live anywhere near Brambleton. I want to be closer to DC, where there's a lot of younger people. So that's probably the biggest con. It's probably not the best area for young professionals. But if you're looking for a fantastic place to raise a family, newer homes, one of the most beautiful areas in all of Northern Virginia, highly rated schools, then definitely check out Brambleton. You will not be disappointed. And if you want to learn more about living right here in Northern Virginia, check out these videos right here. And I'll see you on the next video.